We're on episode 3 of the anime series Cowboy Bebop. This one's called Honky Tonk Woman, one of many episodes that will be named after a rock song. This one being named after the song Honky Tonk Woman by the Rolling Stones, released in 1969 as a non-album single, but they reworked it into country tonk and released it on Let It Bleed. Cowboy Bebop does the deep cuts. So this one we get introduced to Faye Valentine, who's one part femme fatale and one part an actual friend of the Bebop crew of Jet and Spike. They don't exactly trust her, but she does help them on their adventures later on. She, just like Jet and Spike, is a bit of a troublemaker. Her weakness and flaw is getting way above her head in debt. She walks into the shop located on Mars. This whole episode takes place on Mars, and later a casino called Spiders from Mars. Faye Valentine walks into the shop and immediately gets attacked by a bunch of bad guys that she is pissed off and owes debts to. And we get an old school 1930s gangster shootout. Creator Shinichiro Watanabe really prefers fully automatic 20th century weaponry as opposed to something like plasma weapons or laser guns. This does take place in 2071, so they have that technology, but he really likes old school submachine gun battles like Faye Valentine has.
I like those shades, man.
I like everything you got.
Quite an elaborate way to get acquainted.
She tries her best to kill the bad guys, but there's just too many of them. She gets caught and taken to this guy named Gordon, who says that he can help her get out of her debts. She just has to help him find this one chip. We get a shot of the casino, Spider from Mars, and you'll see that Cowboy Bebop sparingly uses CGI. And personally, I think it looks really great. It definitely pops out. The series was made in 1998, so we're getting 90s computer-generated graphics. So it really pops out from the hand-drawn animation, makes everything really look 3D, and adds an interesting element to the visuals rather than just everything being hand-drawn. Also, this takes place in space, so having something that kind of pops out and I think looks more visually pleasing than they would be able to draw is a good decision. You will see this occasionally throughout the series. It's not overly used. They probably wouldn't have the budget for it. And personally, I think that CGI looks great in anime. A lot of people don't like it, especially in things like Blue Submarine number 6, which was also made in the 90s. It just really stands out, and people just think it takes them out of the story. But I think it adds a element to the story and something they just can't do with regular animation. I like it a lot, and every time it's used in this series, I think it's great. Here they use it for the Casino Spiders from Mars, but we'll see it used a lot, especially in the episode My Funny Valentine. Spike and Jet also enter the casino.
Look, I have a feeling that dream's gonna suck up our last 5,000 woolongs.
No smoking in here. You better not play here. Your eyes are too sharp. They'll kick us out if you win too much.
Thanks, Mom.
Where they have space-age trash cans. We should definitely have something like that. If anyone's been to a casino, it always smells like smoke, and they don't have the most up-to-date ashtrays. The smoke just kind of goes up into the air, and the casino filtration system deals with the rest. But it's not perfect. They should definitely have something like this. Take care of the cigarette butts. There's a bit of a mistaken identity where Spike sits down at Faye Valentine's table and plays blackjack. He, of course, is a smooth operator, so he's great at gambling. He could take the casino for everything that it's worth, but he's told not to win too much. And so Faye Valentine mistakes him for the person that's supposed to give her this secret poker chip that she can then give to Gordon and relieve her debts. Despite the fact that the casino is the main part of this episode, the entire episode doesn't take place in the casino. Not only in the beginning, but also in the end. And that's why Cowboy Bebop does so well. It breaks up even a 22-minute episode into many different scenes and takes you to a lot of different locations within one episode. So it really feels like a fleshed out story. They could have stayed in the casino the entire time and it would have been fine. And if this is a TV show, they probably definitely would have. But this is animation. One of the many reasons the 2021 reboot, I guess you would say, remake of Cowboy Bebop on Netflix did not work. That was painful to sit through. Got canceled after 1 month. Creator of Cowboy Bebop, Shinichiro Watanabe, said it sucked. Got terrible ratings. Had one of the most mind-numbingly brain-dead castings I've ever seen, where they cast John Cho of Harold and Kumar fame as Spike Spiegel. Spike Spiegel is supposed to be 27. John Cho was in his late 40s, 47, 48, is not known for any type of martial arts and cannot pull off any of these action scenes. You need a Bruce Lee type character, maybe a Tony Jaa, pull off Spike Spiegel since he does so much martial arts. But maybe I'll talk about that series at some point, but wow, that was terrible. And if that's your introduction to Cowboy Bebop, I'm sorry. This one's much better.
Put that chip in my hands and all those ugly debts of yours will disappear.
Clean me out. All but this one chip. Think I'll keep it as a souvenir.
Hey, wait! Hey! Come back here!
You're pretty brash. You cheated the whole game and I didn't say a word.
Did you hear that?
Bad move.
You punk!
Spike.
Jet!
I told you not to win too much.
You can watch all these episodes on Hulu. They have all 26 episodes to stream, and the quality is really good. You can also buy them on DVD and Blu-ray. Faye Valentine ends up on the Bebop ship. Now, she's not officially a member at this point, but we will see her in every other episode of this series. She will eventually join the Bebop crew full-time, but this time they're holding her captive since there's not only a bounty, but they're starting to learn what is on this poker chip that Spike has in his hands. And it's something really special.
Advanced artificial intelligence. It can decrypt and unlock virtually any security code. But the catch is, the program itself is encoded.
And already this episode is a lot better than the last one, Stray Dog Strut, which was lacking a real villain. This one has a good one, Gordon, the casino owner. And it's also well thought out. They take a lot of care in these episodes. So unlike the last one, which is a chase scene with his dog Ein, they not only go to many locations, but they actually explain every part of the episode. And they ended with a famous scene a lot of movies and TVs have used where Gordon is offering him money for this chip, but you know, they have to exchange it. So they have to meet in the middle of the desert, point guns at each other, and then exchange it at the same time. Well, it's kind of like that, except for this time they do it in space. An interesting spin to it, and of course, no one ever catches the Bebop crew with their pants down. They may not make that much money, as they lost all the money at the casino, but they're gonna at least survive for another episode.
Kind of guy.
Confirm that we have the chip, then destroy them.
Right.
3.
No way.
Might as well use it. We're starting from square one.
I think Honky Tonk Woman is a solid 7 for this series. It's better than average, and each one of these episodes unfolds different parts of the universe. This time we got to take a look at the casino and how these casinos are on what look like to be satellites that are orbiting the Earth, in this case Mars, that are orbiting Mars. And through each episode they unfold more about the Bebop universe. This one takes place on Mars, and we see that the casino is a satellite that has a roulette wheel spinning around that's orbiting Mars. Next up is episode 4, Gateway Shuffle, where the Bebop crew, with Faye Valentine, takes on eco-terrorists. Thanks for watching. Check out our playlist for all episodes of Fear Itself, which is done, Monsters, which is done, Tales from the Dark Side, we're almost halfway through, and now Cowboy Bebop. Thanks a lot.